another episode of the on-demand training for Prospect Boomerang. Today we're going to touch a little bit on business planning. So we've got three different types of business plan that we actually touch on. One is specifically geared for managers to deal with whenever they're sitting down in recruiting appointments. If they're trying to win the person, over and show them the value of the relationship that they'll have with that broker. So there's a one-page business plan that they can do with that. This business plan is actually a digital business plan because it's going to run some calculations for you. This one is used in three different scenarios. Okay, it's used with new agents once they come on board, which we touched on this in the other topic with the recruiting business plan. But so when they come on board, you're going to have to be a little bit more detailed on some of what happens with how they make the contacts, who they're going to actually be in contact with, how many of them are sphere of influence, things along that line. That's what this particular business plan that you'll be able to find in the resource library, that's what this particular business plan will help out with. So single agents, so that's agents that are trying to get from 5, 8, 10, 15 transactions, and they're trying to make that jump to 20 or 30 transactions where they should, at that point, where they should really be maybe either happy with the six-figure plus income, or they would start looking at a team at that point and decide whether they want to try to expand what they're doing. The other one, which is really important, is an exiting agent, an agent that's planning on exiting the business. This is the business plan that they should. This is the business plan that they should use. Here's the reason why: because whenever they're going to sell or hand off their business to someone else, if the business plan they're using is too complex, it might scare the person off that they're trying to sell the business to. The other thing is, if they don't have any kind of business plan at all, if they don't have anything in place, the other person can't visualize what's going to happen with the numbers and what kind of attrition they're going to have. And so that's going to hurt your valuation whenever it comes time to doing it. So absolutely you need to have a business plan in place. It needs to be one that helps everyone understand when the conversion numbers change, which is what this plan does. When the conversion numbers change, the impact on the income changes. This plan also has built into it several different ways that you can prospect, and the potential outcome of that prospecting. So what I mean by that is leads that come from your sphere of influence that you drummed up yourself. Those leads convert at such a higher rate than things, as an example, like if you're purchasing leads from one of the big names and you're one of 10 people that are getting the leads. Your conversion rate is going to be a lot lower on that, no matter how good your follow-up is, compared to what it would be on your sphere of influence when referrals that are actually handed to you by a neighbor that says, hey, Billy Bob wants you to help them sell their house. So this business plan takes all of that into account. It's very simple to use. There are cells inside of it that give specific directions of how to use those different parts of the business plan. That's why this needs to be opened up with either Google Worksheets or with Excel. It's actually going to work better with Excel. But you open it up in there, and there's some comments inside some of the cells that'll walk you through exactly how to use this business plan. As you have an aging demographic in your office of agents that are not sure what they're going to do with their business, or if they're talking to you a little bit about slowing down, and you're starting to have the discussion with them about how to make the most of the relationships that they've built so that business doesn't just go away. This business plan will help you have that conversation. It's going to help another agent that's coming into the business or another agent that's already up and running in the business. It's going to help them understand the value of that purchase, and it's going to make sure that you stay in the middle of all of that in order to be able to, as a broker, to be able to help everybody out, to make sure that it's a win-win-win for everyone. So this is a great business plan to be able to use. As always, if you've got any questions, let us know, because Prospect Boomerang just wants to be part of your win.